Hello and welcome to all our viewers around the world to Global Television's Midday News. I'm Uyag Mofwebe. Association of Resident Doctors in the Federal Capital Territory has commenced a 7-day warning strike, citing what they described as deep-rooted failures in the health system. The doctors are demanding urgent and comprehensive reforms. Our correspondent, Zarau Nasir, looks at the situation and filed this report. I'm Uyag Mofwebe. Association of Resident Doctors in the Federal Capital Territory has commenced a 7-day warning strike, citing what they described as deep-rooted failures in the health system. The doctors are demanding urgent and comprehensive reforms. Our correspondent, Zarau Nasir, looks at the situation and filed this report.
Resident doctors are physicians who, after obtaining their medical degrees, undergo specialized hands-on training in hospitals to gain expertise in different fields of medicine. When our crew visited Maitama District Hospital in Abuja, it was observed that only skeletal services were being rendered because of the strike. In an exclusive interview with Global Television, President of the National Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Osundara Topi, explained that resident doctors across the country often resort to strikes due to unresolved challenges in the system.
The strike action embarked upon by several states' healthcare facilities because the concerns of residents in that state, those concerns were not addressed by the state government. So for the state government, especially with a few others that are, they are not, doing well for the residents in those facilities. The demands of those residents in that state, the government of that state has not been able to address those demands.
National Secretary, National Association of Resident Doctors, Odumbaku Kazim, noted that the current action by the FCT chapter stems from welfare concerns, unpaid salary arrears, and other unmet demands.
Yes, you are very correct. The Association of Resident Doctors, the FCTA chapter, went on strike yesterday, and this is because of some unmet demands from the FCTA, including payment of 2025 MRTF and some outstanding payments of arrears, including 25-35% salary arrears, and some other unmet needs, including excess workload for doctors working in the FCTA, as there has been no employment of enough doctors.
For a sector as critical as health, no doubt, incessant strike by medical doctors and other health professionals have continued to impact Nigeria's healthcare services in adverse ways. However, the latest notice of a warning strike by the National Association of Resident Doctors is yet one devastating blow to many. Zarau Nasir, reporting for Global TV News.
Well, thank you so very much, Zarau. In the meantime, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors says it will hold its National Executive Council meeting to determine its next line of action on the pending ultimatum to the federal government. The association had earlier issued a 10-day ultimatum to relevant government agencies, warning that members would embark on a nationwide strike if their demands are not met. The threat comes amid mounting pressure on Nigeria's fragile public health system, which is already grappling with a shortage of doctors, poor infrastructure, and overcrowded hospitals. Nigeria has joined the rest of the world to mark the International Day to protect education from attack. The Federal Ministry of Education hosted a national stakeholders dialogue in Abuja under the theme Challenging Narratives Reshaping the Nation. Global Television's education correspondent Priscilla Obasi now reports.
The dialogue brought together government officials, development partners, security agencies, and student representatives. The Permanent Secretary, Mr. Abel Enitang, represented by Director Human Resource Management Yusuf Sahid, affirmed that every child deserves to learn in peace and emphasized coordinated school safety action.
Mr. President has consistently emphasized that education is the foundation of prosperity and human capital development, and that every Nigerian child, irrespective of background, deserves a safe, secure, and enabling environment to learn and thrive. In advancing this commitment, the Federal Ministry of Education, under the able leadership of the Honorable Minister of Education, is determined to safeguard our schools.
Stakeholders at the event explained that every state now has a dedicated protection unit led by an Assistant Commissioner of Police, adding that a 24-hour call center has been launched to respond to emergencies. They reaffirmed that schools must remain centers of health, hope, and resilience, not zones of violence.
So today is a very special day because we are recognizing the International Day to protect education from attack. One of UNICEF's very important roles is to support the government of Nigeria to keep schools and to keep children safe. A safe school is where children look forward to going to school and going to learn.
And also, at the police headquarters here in Abuja, we have the School Protection Squad call center. And early this year, we gave out a phone number to members of the public through which they can reach the police in case of any emergency 24/7. And the phone number is 080 77 35 77 77.
The high point of the event was different presentations from the students. With security still affecting classrooms in parts of the country, the event ended with a collective call to safeguard Nigeria's future through safe learning spaces. Priscilla Obasi, Global Television News, Abuja.
And now to other stories. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is partnering with the National Bureau of Statistics management and strengthening public facilities used during elections. Statistician General of the Federation, Adeyemi Adeniro, disclosed this in Abuja during a courtesy call on INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. Anietie Patrick reports.
Statistician General Adeyemi Adeniro said the collaboration will make electoral data more accessible and user-friendly.
To be able to report adequately on all SDG indicators and goals, we need all kinds of administration.
The partnership is coming at the right time. He notes that while INEC manages Nigeria's largest database of eligible voters, the NBS warehouses the widest range of national statistics. Yakubu explained that beyond elections, which occur once every 4 years, the Commission's network of polling units and collation centers could help improve public services if better maintained. He therefore called for regular reports on the state of facilities like schools that double as polling stations, many of which lack electricity, water, and access for people with disabilities.
As clearly stated by the Statistician General, today's meeting focuses on how the NBS can leverage on INEC's network of locations for electoral services for the benefit of citizens beyond elections, which only happen once in 4 years or as the need arises.
Both agencies pledged to use the partnership to strengthen democracy, enhance governance, and ensure reliable data drives development across Nigeria. Anietie Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
In a different development, Ijaw and Urhobo ethnic nationalities of Warri Federal Constituency are demanding the immediate release of the Independent National Electoral Commission's final report on the Supreme Court-ordered fresh delineation of electoral wards and polling units in their area. This demand was made known to the Commission through its spokesperson, David Reje, during a staged protest at INEC headquarters in Abuja. Again, let's join Aniete Patrick for more.
Registration exercise undermines the judgment of the Apex Court and risks disenfranchising their people in future elections. They staged a protest at INEC headquarters in Abuja, insisting they would not relent until their political rights were fully restored.
INEC should immediately release and implement the report painstakingly embarked upon by stakeholders.
In response, INEC National Commissioner Professor Abdullahi Zuru assured the protesters that the Commission remains committed to implementing the Supreme Court directive. He pledged that their concerns will be addressed to ensure all eligible voters in Warri Federal Constituency are not denied participation in the electoral process.
You have raised issues. These issues will be looked at and then we'll get back to you. All I'm saying that we appreciate or will continue to appreciate that the participation at the local government level, people are registering. When we devolve, the issues would be resolved. And
the coming days will reveal whether INEC's promise translates into action that guarantees credible participation for all in Warri Federal Constituency. Aniete Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
Many thanks, Aniete. Karo residents in the Federal Capital Territory have expressed joy following the approval of the reconstruction and expansion of Karo Road by the federal government under the Federal Capital Territory Administration. The project highlights the federal government's vision to boost infrastructure across FCT satellite towns and improve the living conditions of residents. Kabir Hassan was there for Global TV.
For years, commuters along Karo Road have suffered from gridlock, poor drainage and bad road condition, making daily movement a nightmare for residents and traders. However, with the federal government giving approval of its reconstruction and expansion, the story is set to change for the better. Beneficiaries of the project say they have suffered many challenges on account of the road condition, from going to work in the morning to arriving home at night. Even traders noted that they find it hard to access businesses.
There's many challenges because this road, when 4 o'clock knock, we always start hold up from Kubo till Karo.
We face many challenges about this Karo Road before, especially during closing hour. We normally have a terrible hold up in this because of this bad road.
The roads before was so terrible that is nothing to be right home about.
The challenges is that most of the times in the morning when you go out and during closing time, you discover that especially beside that NMPC, the road is normally bad.
From that Karo Bridge to Karo Roundabout before police station, you find out that there is a serious pothole, that the pothole do cause traffic in Karo.
Residents of Karo say they see development from the starting of the project and hope it will stand to the test of time.
Thank God for this company will come. They just start work and we see the difference. Because even the roundabout before, we know they see our front. If you want to, many times accident is happening here.
There are development, especially at that gully beside the military barracks after the NMPC. At least those guys are working. They are doing a good work.
The development, because at least with the 2 lane now, because before we have there's a lot of potholes here.
I'm seeing some changes, but it's not really fully.
They also thank the government for bringing the project to Karo, stating that the infrastructure renewal drive is expected to ease traffic congestion, reduce travel time, and boost economic activities in the area.
Thank you for the minister, and we appreciate for the company.
But we thank God that FCT minister have come to our aid and to repair this road now. It's a very big project, and we thank the FCT minister.
We thank God that Wike approved the roads, and we are happy about it.
To an extent, he has done well, because for now, at least with the road construction in Abuja, at least Abuja have taken a new lift, unlike the other ministers that they did promise and failed.
I'm very, very happy about the project because it's going to bring a good development here.
For Karo residents, the reconstruction of the road is more than just an infrastructure upgrade. It represents the renewed hope for a safer, faster and more convenient transportation in the FCT. Kabir Hassan reporting for Global TV News.
FCT correspondent Kabir Hassan, many thanks. This is Global Television. You're watching the live broadcast of the midday news with Uyi Agmofwegwe. When the rest of the news returns, Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency signed agreements amid growing tensions. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories for you on the other side of this break. Please do stay with us. Well, thank you so very much for staying with us, everyone. The second part of this broadcast now returns with business. President Bola Tinubu has directed financial and capital market authorities to monitor the increasing use of stable coins and digital currencies in the country, cautioning that the shift away from traditional banking systems presents emerging challenges that must be proactively managed. Speaking at the 18th Annual Banking and Finance Conference of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria in Abuja, Tinubu, represented by Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, acknowledged the global financial system's rapid transformation. Nigeria's Securities and Exchange Commission says it has intensified its regulatory oversight of digital currencies following the enactment of the Investment and Securities Act 2025, which formally classifies digital assets as securities. The House of Representatives has summoned the Minister of Transportation, Senator Said Alkali, to appear before its Committee on Land Transport within 48 hours regarding concerns over the state of safety on Nigeria's rail networks. This was disclosed in a press release issued by the spokesman of the House of Representatives, Akin Rotimi. The committee stated that the development was due to the minister's absence at an emergency session convened to address urgent railway safety concerns. Still talking business, United States President Donald Trump has urged the European Union to slap 100% tariffs on China and India as part of its efforts to pressure Russia to end its war in Ukraine. Trump made the call after dialing into a meeting of United States and European Union officials in Washington, D.C. Trump indicated that he is prepared to impose steeper tariffs on China and India, two major buyers of Russian oil, if European nations did as well. Let's take you further into the foreign scene. Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency have signed an agreement in Cairo, Egypt, to pave the way for resuming cooperation, including on the ways of relaunching inspections of Iran's nuclear facilities. The announcement followed a meeting among Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati, his Iranian counterpart Abbas Araghchi, and International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Grossi. The meeting came at a sensitive time as France, Germany, and the United Kingdom on August 28 began the process of reimposing sanctions on Iran over what they have deemed non-compliance with the 2015 agreement aimed at preventing Iran from developing nuclear weapons. Israel has launched a strike on Hamas officials meeting in Qatar's capital, Doha, reportedly including the group's chief ceasefire negotiator, in an attack the White House said does not advance Israel or America's goals. The Israeli strike came as after its military had warned all Gaza City's residents to evacuate before a planned offensive to take control of what it portrays as Hamas's last remaining stronghold, where hundreds of thousands of people are living under famine conditions. Hamas said 6 people had been killed, including the son of its exiled Gaza chief, Khalil al-Ayya, noting that it said its top leadership, including the negotiations team, did survive. The International Criminal Court has heard disturbing stories of atrocities allegedly committed by Joseph Kony's Lord's Resistance Army, LRA, in Uganda. The fugitive warlord faces 39 counts of war crimes and crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, torture, enslavement, and sexual slavery, allegedly committed between July 2002 and December 2005 in northern Uganda.
Villages torched, young girls forced into sexual slavery, babies beaten and thrown into fires. Those were some of the harrowing stories heard by the International Tribunal in The Hague. Opening the hearing, Sarah Pellets, a lawyer representing victims, laid out the horrors Ugandan civilians suffered.
This case is the first at the International Criminal Court where the confirmation proceedings and hearings are held in absentia.
Opening the case for the prosecution, Mami Mandiaye Nyang said the repercussions of the violence were still felt today in Uganda.
The prosecution brings 39 charges of crimes against humanity and war crimes committed by Mr. Kony between 1 July 2002 and 31st December 2005 in northern Uganda.
After the hearing, International Criminal Court judges will decide whether the charges merit a trial, a process that occurs within 60 days. Kony, a former Catholic altar boy, headed the feared Lord's Resistance Army, LRA, whose insurgency against the Ugandan government saw more than 100,000 people killed and 60,000 children abducted, according to the United Nations. Uyi Agbomofwegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
Let's turn to sports for you now. The Nigeria Cricket Federation has named a 15-man squad for the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup Africa qualifier, which will be played in Zimbabwe from September 28 to October 4. Captain Sylvester Okpe leads the team and will be joined by his brother Isaac Okpe, Elijah Olaleye, Salim Silao, Soleimon Ronshewe, and Isaac Danladi, who have all been to different foreign trainings since July. The trio Okpe, Olaleye, and Silao are in Zimbabwe's domestic league from August 2nd to September 14, offering them valuable exposure to high-level competition. Quadri Aruna has made a powerful start to his World Table Tennis Champions Macau 2025 campaign with a straight games victory over China's Huang Yuzheng in the men's singles round of 32 on Tuesday. The world number 26, who has endured a difficult run of form in recent months, was in commanding mood at the Macau East Asian Games Dome as he brushed aside the wildcard entry 11-3, 11-8, 11-8. Aruna won 33 points overall compared to Huang's 19, converting 19 on his own serve and 14 on his opponents. Quite a great way to get yourself up and try again. That's Global TV Media News for you. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV, channel 365 and Star Times, channel 276. As always, we encourage you to subscribe and engage with us across social media platforms using @Global TV NG as well as other handles as you now see on your screen. I'm Uyi Agbomofwegbe saying a big thank you to you for watching. Our broadcast here on Global Television continues. Good afternoon.